Hey guys, welcome back to Tabletop Glory. My name is Graham Johnson, and today's video is about imposter syndrome. But before you go ahead and click off this video, if you could do me one big favor before you leave, go ahead and go down into the comments and tell me the types of videos that you'd want to see. Do you want to see more tutorials? Would you like to specifically see me do Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, traditional models, model trains? Whatever it is that you guys are into, the reason that you followed this channel, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. One of the reasons I really struggle with uploading on a regular basis and putting content out consistently is I really don't know what you guys want to see. I have a lot of videos that do well, and it's kind of hard for me to figure out why. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the video. And I'm going to be asking you guys a lot of questions in the videos. So for those of you who are going to watch the video all the way through, please feel free to answer as many of those questions as I have along the way. But if you guys are going to click off and you're not going to watch the whole video, at least let me know what kinds of videos you want to see in the future. It really helps me out a lot. And if you don't know, just tell me, hey, I don't know. I like whatever you put out, and whatever you put out is fine. That's an answer. That's absolutely an answer. In any case, I've flapped my gums long enough. Let's get on with the video. So the YouTube algorithm actually really likes professionalism. I mean, it's apparent that the more professional your content comes across, the more the YouTube algorithm is going to like and recommend your content out to other people, which has resulted in me trying to make the most important things about my channel, i.e. the miniature painting, about as good as I can make it. I use my phone, which allows me to record in 4K. And then my video editing allows me to export in 1080p. The reason I don't export in 4K is the upload times are absolutely ridiculous for my internet in our area. I would gladly upload in 4K if I could, but it's just not reasonable for me to do that. Now, because the channel doesn't come across super professional, that's kind of resulted in me having a bit of this imposter syndrome, in the sense that I look at other channels that are similar to me or had similar starts to me that are doing phenomenally better than me. And I'm trying to figure out what they're doing that's working for them versus what I'm doing that's clearly not working for me. And I keep coming up to similar conclusions, like the sense in the fact that I don't have a very professional recording space. I don't want to feel like a studio. I want it to feel like an art studio, not necessarily a recording studio. And I feel like the algorithm really doesn't like that approach. They want the almost Bob Ross sterile environment where the only mess is what the current project is. Because a lot of content creators are creating content like that, and it's doing very well for them. But there's also channels that are doing things similar to how I'm doing them now, that have been around for a long time and stood the test of time, and they're doing just fine. And I'm trying to figure out if they've just stuck it out and that's why they're still around, and if I stick it out, am I still going to be around? I don't really know. When I originally created this channel, the idea was that I'm inviting you into my hobby space, and I'm bringing you and sitting you down at the table with me, and we're just having a good time painting miniatures, and I'm teaching you what I know along the way. You know, I don't claim to be a professional miniature painter, even though I do a fair amount of commissions, but I know that I'm going to continue to grow as I do this channel, and I want to share all that with you, and I would like to teach you what I know. And that's not to say that everything that I know is the end-all be-all of painting. I just want to share what I have because I think it might help some people. And you're more than welcome to share what you know in the comments as well, and I'm more than happy to try those out and see what works for me. I want to have this channel be a reflection of the community that we're creating together. One of the big things that I have a big issue with is my audio. If you go back and look at a lot of my other videos, the audio is kind of all over the place. Some videos I have amazing audio, and other videos audio quality changes throughout the video. I don't know what caused that. Could be everything from I updated a driver that ended up doing something weird to the audio, to my video editing software had an update that did something weird with the audio. And it just took forever to dial things back in and get back to where it needed to be. Scripted content is something that I've always found very impressive, and I feel like most YouTube channels are doing scripted content unless they're like a video game channel or a reacting channel. I feel like a lot of miniature painting channels are all scripted, and I know there's two major ways that people do scripts. They either write the script ahead of time and then they paint the miniature, or they paint the miniature ahead of time and then decide one of the techniques that they're doing in the recording or the subject of the recording, and then they write the script based on that. And then in addition to that, being super animated. Like, I talk with my hands, but I normally don't record my hands. My hands are moving around down here below the screen. And I don't know what you guys want to see. Do you want me to be like super animated? Because I know that looks super fake. I'm very aware that that looks super fake. But as someone who talks with their hands, it's so difficult for me to not just put my hands up in the shot while I talk. And I know some of my early videos, you can see my hands moving around, and there's even some comments of people saying that they kind of like that. And I don't know if that's really something that makes me feel more relatable. So, do you guys want to see me do more scripted content, and would you like me to be a little bit more animated in the videos? The way that I kind of make my videos now is I just do multiple takes until I'm happy with what I've got, whether it's a face cam recording or an audio recording. I just keep going until I think all the information that I need to cover has been covered, and then that's the video that I put out. Today we're going to talk about why I feel the professional. That's why sometimes in my audio you can hear a lot of cuts. It's from me taking clips from multiple edits or multiple recordings and then editing them together. And I know that YouTube probably definitely doesn't see that as very professional, but that's how I do things. And is that a problem for you guys? Would you like me to be more scripted, and would you like me to be more animated? I mean, let me know. I need to know these things, because if this is what's been holding me back the whole time and trying to be very professional and keeping my hands out of shot and, you know, keeping a steady tone and pace throughout the course of the video, I'm doing what I think is professional, and it's clearly not working for me. So would you guys like to see a little bit more of me? Would you like to see more of the process, or would you like me to be more scripted and a little bit more rigid? Let me know. I don't know what kinds of content you guys enjoy, and some of my videos do super well, and I have no idea why. And I think maybe it's the fact that I'm a little more animated in those videos. Another thing is, I also kind of put myself into burnout mode when I create content. That's one of the reasons why I took a big step back this year and way dialed back the amount of content I've been making. For those of you guys who have been around since the beginning, I used to make a video every single week, and then I dialed back to every other week. And now I've kind of dialed back to 1 to 2 videos a month. Now, I would love to ramp things back up, but until YouTube gets to a point where this channel is monetized and even making the slightest amount of money, I just can't afford to put all my time and resources into this channel the way that I would love to.
Jump cut to the middle of the video where you'd least expect me. Yes, that's right, I interrupted this video to tell you that I have a Patreon, and just like every other good YouTuber, I constantly forget that Patreon exists. Thank you to my Patreon subscriber, who's also my moderator and good friend. But that could change. You too could be a good friend of mine by subscribing to my Patreon and then bothering the out of me in the comments to remind me to actually upload to that so that it's worth your money. Please subscribe. I would really love to turn this into a full-time job, and I can't do it without your support, and we can start doing it faster if you subscribe to Patreon. However, if you can't financially support me, then that's absolutely fine. I do understand that. Simply go ahead and give a subscribe to this channel and just watch my content. It's a really great way to help make sure that I get monetized down the road, and I can't wait to see you guys in future episodes.
And I know there's a lot of content creators out there that say if you can't put everything you've got into your YouTube channel and get it to go somewhere by the end of the year, then YouTube just isn't for you. The reality is that I've had to start my life over a lot. I do not have the resources and the money to be able to do that. I've got to work a full-time job while I'm trying to do this. So I can't just dump everything into it for a whole year and just hope it works out. I just do not have the resources to be able to do that. And I think the desire to keep pumping out content and just making do with my environment and not trying to seem super professional might actually be one of the things that's holding me back. Like I said before, it keeps coming back to this super sterile environment. And I don't know, do you guys actually like the recording studio style setups that a lot of YouTubers have where everything is super clean and super professional? Or do you honestly not really care about that and a hobby space is just a hobby space as long as the content that the person is making is relevant and you enjoy it? I'm genuinely curious to know about that, so please let me know in the comments below. And finally, one of the last things that I really want to talk about is the type of content that you guys would like to see. I've become a bit of a variety channel, which, I mean, YouTube algorithm does not enjoy variety channels in the sense of uploading both video game content and miniature painting content and blog content. They want you to do all different channels. And in the miniature painting world, variety channels don't tend to do very well unless they've built up their audience first and then start doing other stuff. I know a lot of people have kind of gotten a little sick and tired of just seeing GW all the time, which is why we're starting to see other channels that paint other stuff starting to do really well, and why we're starting to see a lot of known channels like Miniac, Ninjon, Midwinter Minis, and other people like that, Squidmar himself even, starting to do other miniatures. Even Squidmar is doing some of his own miniatures. I have no idea what you guys want to see from me. My collection is huge. I've got everything from traditional models, I've got modern military, I've got Gundam, I've got busts, I have 3D prints, I have pretty much just about damn near everything. I've got Star Wars, I've got stuff from anime. I don't know what you guys want to see, because every time I upload a video and it does well, it's a different topic every time, and I don't know if it's doing well with my community or with a new community. I'm not really large enough to be able to tell with the numbers that those videos pull yet. So I need your help. What kinds of content do you guys want to see? What subjects would you like to see me paint? Because I got a hell of a lot of Warhammer back there, mixed between traditional 40k and Age of Sigmar. I've got a lot of stuff, but my 40k collection is mostly Dark Angels. That's what I collect, and most of my 40k is Firstborn. I don't really have a lot of Primaris. So are you guys even interested in seeing Firstborn, or would you rather just see Primaris? I honestly have no idea. Or would you like me to not even worry about what miniatures that I'm painting, meaning what kinds of brands, and you just want me to focus on specific tutorials like a glowing effect for plasma guns, or whatever have you? I honestly don't know. I need you guys to tell me, what kinds of stuff do you enjoy watching? You don't necessarily have to give me exact, like, this is the type of video I want you to make, but give me a sign. Let me know what kinds of stuff you're into, what subjects you want to see here on the channel, and I'll be more than happy to start making content that aligns with the type of stuff that you guys want to see. Well, in any case, I flapped my gums way too much for this video, and making videos like this is starting to become the norm. It's almost becoming kind of bloggish, and I want to try to get away from that a little bit. I want to get back into creating content, but my imposter syndrome keeps getting the better of me, and I keep coming back to, what am I doing wrong? And maybe I'm not doing anything wrong. Maybe I just need to stay the course and keep doing what I'm doing. And if that's the case, thank you guys so much for all the support so far. May your display case always be filled, and your pile of shame never run empty. Until next time.